I think we're of the age where like we're maybe the 40s is a transitional period in life.
You 40 now? You have 42?
I'm 41.
41, yep. I'm on
So, like,
40 now too.
Yeah, so I mean, you go through these changes, right? There's these stages or epochs of life. There's these eras of life, and you know, you're one person at this time, and you're another person at this time, and you're another person at this time, and so you change as a person. You grow, you develop, and then life changes as you change too, and it shows up in different ways. And I've gone through my own changes, my own series and eras of life, right? And so I've been one of those people who's been really ambitious and like vision oriented with things that I do. You know what I mean? Like my artwork and other things. And I think that's the case with a lot of people I tend to be associated with in life. Is they're very ambitious. They're very high energy. They're high performing. They are talented in their own right in whatever they're doing. I tend to just, we're all attracted to each other and we all invite each other into that kind of experience in life.
No, totally. You've always been, especially because we don't have the same interests, but we've been in different times throughout our lives where we've been at similar places because of our interests. And over those times we've learned about, every time we meet, we're at a different place, right? Yeah. That different transitions have happened. So are you saying that, what you're looking to capture for a lot of this is just kind of share some of those stories of where people have been over the last, few years in their life? And is that kind of, as far as everyone is super creative and interesting. And so that's really what you're looking to highlight.
I think it's a little bit, it's even more organic than that.
Okay.
Where I've just been so blessed to know those people, right? And I just look at my entire life and I'm like, man, I know some of the craziest people and like super talented, unique individuals. And the Northwest itself is kind of like it's its own isolated pocket.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, people on the East Coast just think we're Canada or the other side of the moon. You know what I mean? So like we have our own little bubble and there's just so many awesome people in it. And I feel really privileged to have had the life that I've had, knowing the people that I've known. But with that being said, the ambitious part, like, it's really fallen away from me through this experience of what I've gone through recently and the things that have been revealed to me, or at least stripped away, like down to baseline, what are the most important things in my life? And one of those is just like the actual organic, like relational part of it. And so who are the people? Like they've done a lot of cool things, but like people are just people and people have stories and it's good to just actually spend time with people and have conversations. I have a friend, Kava, who I did the first one with, and he's the same way as me. Like he's just laser focused and he sat down and did the same thing. And he's like, yeah, so what's the theme? And I was like, cool, we'll chat about it in a second, and started filming and whatever. And it's like, so there really isn't one. Like, it's just basically to like have a space to breathe and have a conversation to get back to like humanity.
Yeah. No, I like that because I have so many stories that maybe we'll touch on a few of them today. I'm really excited. So thanks for inviting me to be part of this. And,
for sure.
And what are you calling this series? What does this have a name yet? Is it
sort of
conversations? What is it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly like. I thought it was going to be a main thing. Maybe it's not a main thing. Maybe it's just a supplemental thing. It's very open. I wanted to call it like No Agenda or something, where there's no purpose other than to just chat with people. And then like, there's always something cool that bubbles up out of it.
Yeah.
And it was very much a leisurely thing too. When you go so hard, you work, grind, like I forgot how to relax. I forgot how to like just sit with myself, with other people, to enjoy what we probably used to enjoy before we were so like,
Yeah.
I feel like you're kind of in that space.
I'm super excited to share any of that sort of stuff. So recently, I actually retired.
Yeah.
So I hit 40 years old, and I decided that I was going to retire. And it took me 40 years to get there and so much to go along there. So I have so many stories around all of that we could get into. But the last 14 years I worked at Microsoft. That's where I was leading design teams at Microsoft. And so just a little bit of, because we haven't even caught up on any of that.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I
and-
know. We
yeah,
kind of know
yeah,
about
we
it.
know about it, but
But
haven't really shared too much, and,
Yeah,
and
for
not
sure.
a lot of people, and I'm happy to share that with the world.
Because I've just
about-
seen you fishing and like hanging out, and I'm
yeah.
like, that's the best part of life. Like that's what we should be doing.
Yeah,
dude. So I'm
yeah.
like super happy for you.
I know.
What sparked it? Obviously, there's something that sparked it.
So I'm very fortunate. For those that are just tuned in, I'm a designer. That's like my background, and that has been very transformative, as you kind of talked about that early on. All throughout my career, it hasn't been just one type of design, and design can mean so much. And so, I started off actually going to school for design, learning about print design for the most part. There was a little bit of web design back then. So even just 20 years ago, they were still teaching just how to make books and magazines, and digital was
Right.
just kind of starting out. But in my whole career, I've kind of latched on to digital design. That's kind of what I've really personally been excited about. And so that's why even when you and I was thinking about that this morning, have bumped into each other, I was doing stuff with technology and digital and capturing digitally, and you were working physically, and that was like, it was so fun because you were creating and I was creating by a lot of times capturing it and then putting it out into digital formats for people to see. And at that time, you might not even remember this, but there were blogs.
Yeah,
like
well,
little
I mean,
blogs.
even before blogs.
And even
Like, let's
before
go- let's
blogs.
go
Yeah, even
way back.
before blogs. I actually knew you, who now I understand might have been your friend that lived closer to me, because he ran one of the original sites around publishing visual murals,
Yeah,
graffiti.
graffiti,
Yeah, graffiti,
Yeah, hello, he lived over here.
Yeah, and that was super cool. I was very, you were a little bit older, just by a year, but I saw that. I was really inspired that he was doing web and stuff like that. Web was very new at the time. My mom actually started learning about how to do HTML. And
Your mom?
My mom.
At the time?
At the time.
So she was forward.
Yeah,
Like,
so she was forward.
thinking.
Yeah, so she was learning about HTML, hypertext markup language. And at that time, not a lot of people knew HTML. This was before anyone had and before it was easy for anyone to have an online presence of anything.
Yeah.
You had to know HTML, which for the time people thought was very complicated. I can tell you now it's much more complicated than just
Sure.
HTML. But what was cool about HTML, and this has a connection to what I'm doing now, which I'll get to in a minute, but with early HTML, it was simple enough that people could learn how to do it. Like I was doing it even in middle school, I was doing a little bit, like I was saying, and then in high school I was doing a little bit. And that's what HTML originally was designed to be, was to be an accessible programming language so that information could start being put out onto the internet.
I think we actually started, I think that's how it was called Zero Remorse.
Yeah, Zero
And
Remorse.
so I'm pretty sure we started that in Mr. Wu's class at Stadium, because he was teaching us how to do that.
Makes sense now.
So we were all kind of learning from the back
Yeah.
end up of how to build
Yeah.
it, and I think that's how he got started.
That's how he got
doing
started. Got it.
Because I only cared about making band flyers and graffiti collages.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I only cared about that. But he kind of was forward thinking in that too, and he knew kind of some of those things. And so it was Zero Remorse, and then the other one eventually was the City Slums.
City Slum, yeah.
So,
So I think that's so interesting because we also have that connection through technology as well.
Goes way back.
Yeah, it goes way back. And